Inquiry time is sort of a combination of many different subjects. So we incorporate science and social and language arts, religion. So we do when we plan, we incorporate many different subjects. And inquiry time is sort of a combination of those, or it might focus on one specifically. But kids know that all the subjects are incorporated into it, and so it can go in many different directions just in the course of a week. These are skills that we're teaching them that they're going to need in the future in their jobs, working with others, all types and abilities. Not everyone they're going to work with in life they're going to love working with, but they have to make it work and to sort of take on roles. And it's interesting to see the different roles that kids take on within a group. You know, somebody might be better at one thing than the other, and so somebody be working on one thing, and then they bring it all together as a project.
You gotta really, when you're working with your students, you really gotta understand that they don't know everything you know, so you really gotta just be slower with them. But being a leader, some people want to be a leader, but they're not a leader, so you really just have to respect what it is, and you have to show people.
This is one of our documentation boards. All teachers at our school provide documentation of the learning process that the students have gone through in their inquiry study. So for example, our middle year students just finished a culmination of the power of food. And on the board here you'll see different pictures of the day. The teacher on these documentation boards always shows what the objectives, the curriculum connections. There's a teacher reflection, and it's really informative for our parents to see exactly how students work through the process of inquiry. I think anyone walking through the halls would probably learn something from reading these boards. A lot of work goes into them because it goes through the whole process of what their initial question was, how they learn those answers, and then of course the pictorial display of the progress that the kids have made. And I think it is really important way of sharing with our families what we're doing in school. It just adds another layer of good communication to our families.
Inquiry is kind of like, I really like it because of the group work and how like a lot of the times inquiry you get to choose what you do. So like it's not like just the teachers like telling you something like directly to do. You can take it in your own direction.
For us, it's all about engagement. When you see our students in middle years and we look at our Tell 'em From Me surveys, we're really high with engagement at 80–90% of our students are engaged in their learning. They're very interested in their learning, and it really brings it out when they're learning their curriculum. They really understand, they take ownership of their learning, and from there on they understand the concepts and able to share with everyone else within our school. So for us, it's important to have relationships with our parents, our community, so it's a chance to showcase our learning to everyone involved within our particular school and within our community. And we just welcome the chance for parents to come in and see what their kids are doing with inquiry.
It's really fun. You never wake up in the morning, like especially for me. I always want to come to school. We have lots of fun, and like you said, to think of our own questions and be independent. It's helped me a lot in just typical day, and it's really fun.
I think the largest benefit is student engagement, that we foster active learning, that students aren't to be passive learners, and by using the question, promoting curiosity, students are more engaged with their learning, and so it's more authentic. One thing that we say about inquiry learning is it's lifelong learning. So you are fostering a relationship with learning and habits that they are going to retain forever, so that they will continue to engage and continue to ask questions. We believe through our mission statement that all children are capable and curious, and as educators, do we always regard that? Do we always create opportunities and foster an environment that nurtures inquiry, nurtures curiosity? And I think when you're putting people through a hoop and there's only one way of representing your learning, there's only one way of looking at a situation, there's only one way of thinking, then that's the opposite of what we're doing here. And we often say that we don't teach them what to think, more how to think.